Today I want to talk to you about some of the common mistakes we see when creating a web-based value proposition. If you're an existing business, you probably already have a value proposition identified. And if you're a new business, maybe you're still trying to work that out and figure out what that value proposition is. The first common mistake either way that we see is that the value proposition becomes a conversation. However, a web-based value proposition is not a conversation. You do not want to use dense language, and you don't want to use too much language. You want to make sure, especially because you only have between 30 seconds to 2 minutes to really communicate that value proposition to the visitor, that you are doing it in a very condensed and very thought out process. What I mean by that is you want to think of it as a hierarchy. You want the most important information at the top of the web page and the less important information on the bottom. You also want to utilize headlines, subheadlines, bullets, and even your call to actions to make sure that you have most important to least important and really have identified that value proposition to the visitor very quickly. The second common mistake that we see is that a company will not put their web-based value proposition on the homepage. They'll bury it deep in the website, and you definitely don't want to do that. You want to make sure that that website value proposition is on the homepage, and like I said before, in a hierarchy of most important to least important. The third most common mistake that we see is not addressing the visitor's primary questions. And those questions always revolve around who you are, what you do, and why you do it. So make sure to address those. That's what visitors are looking for. So it's really important that you address that in your web-based value proposition. And the last really common mistake we see is that companies tend to think that the website is all about them and it's intended for them, and really it's not. You want to remember that a website is intended for your visitors. Thanks for listening and have a great day.